Hey everybody, how's it going? The Johnny Cage here, welcoming you back for more Let's Play Pokemon Leaf Green, and we are getting very close to the end of this LP. There are only probably 2 episodes left after this. Right now, we are in the Viridian City Gym, about to take on Giovanni, the leader of Team Rocket, and we are going to take him down once and for all. I said at Slifco that was going to be the end of Team Rocket, but now we've gone to their headquarters. We are taking them on. You know, you think that like the Pokemon World Association, whatever it is, would be a little upset that people just kind of leave their posts as gym leaders. You know, just like Brock did it in the TV show. You know, just like, I decided I'm not going to be a gym leader anymore. I can just get up and leave, even though you need this badge to be able to get into the Elite Four and, you know, show that you are a true Pokemon master and whatever, get your degree in Pokemon training or whatever the hell it is. I don't know, but, So here's my team. This is, of course, the final team that I'm going to be using for the rest of the game. We have Starman out there right now, who is just really awesome. I've really got to get everyone up to a pretty decent level. It's getting harder and harder to level people up, even at like a really good area to level grind them, and at playing the game at multiple times the speed of normal. It's still pretty tough. So I'm thinking I'm going to try to get everyone up to level 70, which isn't like overwhelmingly powerful compared to the people of the Elite Four, especially when you consider that those guys have like crazy hard Pokemon to beat anyways. I think that they end up getting as high as into like the lower 60s, so not too overwhelming of a victory perhaps, but make it interesting, certainly. So we had to make our way through this gym. I made a few jump cuts around here, just trying to keep things interesting, keep the battles going for you guys. Showing off little bits of my team here and there, but the main focus of these last few episodes of Pokemon has been, giving out shout-outs to the LP community. I just got a message this morning from All Around Gaming Vids, who kind of, in a way, invited me into this kind of like a community that they're trying to get started between him and some other people who I've mentioned before, Takio, EU, and B-Dude, and we've just been trying to, help each other out. Anyone that's like around the 100 to like 300 subscriber range. Just trying to get everyone noticed, support one another. So, check out all those people out. I'm trying to include them all in my box. Unfortunately, with the box, you can only put 16 subscriptions in there, so I'm trying to, make it the people that are really worth seeing, especially, while still having some of the big name people in there that have influenced me that I really enjoy watching on a regular basis. But All Around Gaming Vids, awesome guy, and he literally, that name is perfect for him, because he is doing everything from Minecraft to Call of Duty to Terraria. He's got a bunch of stuff, so go check him out. He's got some really interesting, fun videos. He's kind of done like what I kind of try to do, and that's play a lot of games at once. To just expand the people that will watch me, the variety that I have to offer to my viewers, which I totally appreciate. One of the other new ones is Noxus Bulgar, who's in my box, and he's really awesome. He's playing Diddy Kong Racing for the N64, and that game, totally awesome, pretty underrated. Relatively speaking, it came out around the same time, as the classic Mario Kart 64, which is just, the game to beat. A lot of racing games for the N64, but that is seriously one of the best ones. It does have a lot of shades of Mario Kart, but if you've never played it before and want a really fun racing game that's much in the same vein that Mario Kart is, try out Diddy Kong 64 and watch his videos. He's very informative. He definitely comes across that he's played the game a number of times before, and he has a lot to say about it, and I really appreciate people that can be informative in their videos. I try to be as best I can. As Venusaur, yeah, kills that Nidorino right there. Yeah, that's information for you right there. He's also done a Link to the Past, which Takio just finished up Link to the Past a few days back. So, and those guys just do a great job with the Zelda games. I'm going to get around to a Zelda game eventually. I'm thinking maybe over the winter I'll pick one up and give it a playthrough, but I've got so much on my plate right now. So let's not worry about that. Another cool guy that I want to mention, and cool was a very appropriate word for him, because Cool So Andrew, who I just found out about today, and I've just been watching his videos constantly today. He's been playing Oblivion, and I've been talking to you guys, talking your heads off about how much I'm looking forward to playing Skyrim when it comes out on the 11th. and he's playing Oblivion, which I really wanted to do. In fact, if you look back at one of my really old videos, I think it's only my fourth video maybe, or third video even, I talk about having plans of doing an Oblivion LP, and that's before I could even had this set up to do LPs. So check him out. Oblivion, if you're not familiar with it, check it out. It's a very, very fun game, very enthralling. If you're big into the RPG elements, Dungeons and Dragons style kind of stuff, that is a perfect game for you. I just got introduced to the Elder Scrolls series no more than a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, and I love it. I just took it like I took Diablo 2 and ran with it and been having so much fun. So check that out, especially if you're interested in Skyrim and don't know much about the Elder Scrolls series. But right now, let's focus a little bit more on Pokemon. So I've got my Muck out there, Wonder Boy, and I'm eating my own words, guys, because I have said over and over again throughout this LP that Poison Pokemon, they just didn't do anything with them. They didn't make them very good, and I wanted to give them an honest effort, and something about a Muck just appealed to me. He's just a big blob pile, and I don't know. I figured I'd give him a shot. But I've got to be honest with you. You guys know that I'm further in the game than what's coming out right now. As far as videos I'm posting on YouTube is concerned, and he is just if you have to call a weak link in the chain, he's it, unfortunately. I wanted to give Pokemon I wanted to give Poison Pokemon a good try. Maybe a Weezing would have been a better way to go, because I've actually never really raised a Coughing before either. But, I'm just not feeling him at all. I've ended up giving him a bunch of, TMs that he's really not supposed to have, like Brick Break, and I even gave him Fire Blast, because I wanted a Fire Pokemon on my team. I was tempted to have Ninetales as my 6th member, and that might have been a better choice overall, to be honest with you. But I gave him Fire Blast just because he really needed something offensive that wasn't a Poison-type move. So I went with Fire Blast, and, now I'm in... As I'm sure you'll know once this video's over with, I'm headed towards the Victory Road, which is the best place in the game to level up because of the wild Pokemon there are, around level 50 or so. Maybe they're around level 40-ish more. It doesn't really matter too much. The point is that unless you're playing with Pokemon that are really strong against ground or rock, or even fighting, because there are some Machops and Machokes in there, it's a really hard place to level up, and it's not a very good place for Muck to level up, that's for sure, because he's just basically does no damage. He can take out, there are Primeapes in there, he can take out the fighting type guys pretty well, but when it comes to the rock, that's why I'm really glad that I gave him Brick Break, because he really needed it. He really needed something like that. Oh, look, it's Ryu. Hey, how's it going, Ryu? I bet you're gonna try to kick my ass, and you're gonna get it in return. Oh well. I'm loving Clamp still. I'm sorry, I'm really giving Muck a hard time, but I'm loving Clamp still. He's really an underrated Pokemon. He might not be good for endgame stuff, but man, I've just been so surprised with the crazy amount of strength that he's got and defense. He's got no special attack, and he's got no special defense, which is kind of a shame. A little bit, but I've got water taken care of. Starmie is an amazing water Pokemon, and I have no problem at all using him for any of my water needs. He also takes the place of a Psychic Pokemon that I might have, because he's part Psychic as well. So really, I'm sure I might be the last person to have really raised a Staryu to the point that I have, but if you've never raised a Staryu before, do it. He's awesome, very well balanced, and very awesome. Look at that, 5 attack on that level up for Clamps. Oh, I love it. Love it so much. He's just an awesome strength guy, and I love Guillotine. Speaking of guys to guillotine, here comes Giovanni with his Rhyhorn. Well, luckily I've set up my Pokemon ahead of time, because this guy, he's hardest when you first fight him in the game corner, I would say. But then later on in Slipco, not that tough. Slipco's only hard because there's so many damn trainers in there, and it's a maze, and no one likes a maze. Well, unless it's a really well-designed maze, maybe, but, that place is not fun. Not fun at all. Just like Seafoam Islands. Not a fun place. But, so he's got the same kind of Pokemon, pretty much. I've got Solar Beam now. I guess Bulbous X, or not Bulbous X really, but Venusaur doesn't even learn Solar Beam by himself. You have to find it there in the Cinnabar Mansion, and I didn't even know that. Same with like Hyper Beam and Dragonite. I don't think he learns Hyper Beam. I've got to go back and double check that actually. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't. You have to go buy it from the Celadon department store, which you can get there at a relatively good price because it is a really good move. But at the same time, it would be so much better if he learned it himself. So anyhow, I digress. Not a big deal. I'm complaining about my Pokemon at the end of the game, which I really shouldn't because these guys have been awesome. Venusaur has really been coming together towards the end here in these last levels. There's a middle portion of the game where he really wasn't doing much, but if you give him Solar Beam and you give him Giga Drain that you get from Erica and Celadon, awesome Pokemon. I mean, he really gets the short end of the stick when it comes to starters, and it makes sense because there aren't a lot of very good fire Pokemon in the game. Charizard definitely is the best, and you can't get good water Pokemon in the game until a good halfway through. So I understand why people don't normally go with Bulbasaur, but you know he's fun. And also there's a downside that if you pick him, then Gary will choose Charizard, and you know, Fire's very strong against plant Pokemon, so that's a slight downside. But you know it's not a big deal. It really isn't. I mean, obviously Fire is very weak against water, and you have to have a water Pokemon in Pokemon to beat Pokemon, pretty much. Surf is, I can't say how great enough Surf of a move is. You guys obviously know how great Surf is, but you really need to have a water Pokemon to get by. Even to get to Victory Road, there's a portion where you need to Surf to get to the next area. But anyway, I digress. Water Pokemon are plentiful, and most of them are really good. So we got the Earthbadge, and sorry about that poor jump cut right there, but look at that. It's Kene. Oh, once again we fight. I remember fighting here not too long ago, the same exact spot if I recall. But now times have changed. Now it's personal. So let's finish this, Kene. Actually, we're not going to finish this at all. This is going to keep going on forever and ever and ever. But we'll pull out the guy Clamps here. See what he's got. Strength. Yeah, Strength isn't normally a one-hit kill, but it's reliable. If there's a reliable two-hit kill move, I'm fine with that. As long as it can take out any Pokemon in 2 shots, and Strength with the amount of strength that Clamps has, it's a perfect combination, if you ask me. Oh, there's an Execute. What a weird Pokemon. I have a good friend that swears by Execute, actually, because he does turn into a plant Pokemon, Plant Psychic, which is a pretty cool combination, and I don't know, there's something about him. I'm not a fan. I was really happy with Drowsy. I liked him. He was kind of had those normal fighting kind of moves, Pound and Headbutt, and then he also had some really good Psychic Pokemon moves on top of it, which made him great in a fight. Man, I can't believe I didn't kill Alakazam in 1 shot. Boom, but whatever, he couldn't kill me in 1 shot either, so I guess I can't complain. Oh, down to 4 HP, but hey, 4 HP is still alive. So we'll switch out, go with Bulbasex. Anytime you see that Rhyhorn coming up, you know it's time to switch to the Bulbasex. Yeah, I didn't like Rhyhorn too much either. I mean, we're getting to the end, and I'm kind of repeating myself with how I felt about Pokemon. I just didn't feel... I didn't feel him, I guess. I don't know. That sounds sexual. That's terrible. But, you know, some Pokemon, same way I feel about Execute. You know, it's some of them you really are able to attach yourself to and get behind. And, oh god, that sounds sexual again. Jeez. But, you know, others, you want to give them a good shot. That's kind of the position I'm in with my Muck. Wanted to give him a good shot. He ended up not doing that great. And Starman, with the Surf maneuver, yeah, taking down Charizard 1 shot. And here comes Gyarados. Who should he use against Gyarados? Dragon, Water type. Yeah, I'm just gonna use Starman. Forget about it. He'll send him in. I'll just use Psychic on him. That won't be any kind of a problem. Hopefully, well, it won't kill him in 1 shot probably, but it will still be strong. But anyways, going to Victory Road. Gonna try to do as much leveling up as we can. And then, you know, level 70, taking on the Elite Four, and we're kind of running out of time here, guys. As you can see, Gyarados ain't got nothing on Starman, but anyhow, next time, we're going to take on the Elite Four. We're coming towards the end. This has been the Johnny Cage. Please subscribe, like, comment if you have not. Thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned. Pokemon is finally coming into an end, guys. I will talk to you all tomorrow.